riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central, Monday morning rail. 15 cars and 15 restless riders, 3 conductors, 25...
Hey, everybody. This is your Browns Friday Fumble. You'll notice that no one has encouraged you to fall on it this week because my co-host Dylan is out this week, unfortunately. But don't worry. I was able to pull a few strings and arrange a special co-host, friend of the Friday Fumble, Mr. Pal Allen. Pal, how's it going tonight?
Am I starting now, Dave?
Yes, this is where you'll start, pal. I'm really trying. You told me that you were on board, so we need to pick up the pace here, pal.
I was waiting for a signal. I'm sorry. I'm great, Dave. I'm great. How are you?
I'm
great.
Doing very well. I'm glad you're great.
My granddaughter just started first grade. I get more free time at home, and I started doing those AARP brain games that make me sharp. And my son got my AOL account working again, so I'm back in the thick of the World Wide Web.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You still, you're sounding very chipper. You're sounding ready to go. You still writing for the Grandstand Observer?
No. I'm actually working for an up-and-coming internet website that is paying writers to work for them. They charge anywhere from $2 to $10 a month. It just depends on what month you sign up. So obviously you get February is $2 and October is $10.
I can see that.
And we have hard-hitting content, and you can't get it anywhere else. They got the Dean of Cleveland Journalists, Pal Allen, myself, if I may. It's called the Sportslantic.
Excellent. Well, now that the introductions are done, let's get down to the business of the show.
I would like to say, though, I've been told by my editor, if you do not have a smartphone, you cannot access the site. I'm not sure what that means, but that's what he told me to say.
That's interesting news. I'm not quite sure what to make of that. Well, we've got the introductions out of the way, pal, and I don't want to... you're an experienced journalist, so we're just going to go right into the meat of the episode here, and we're going to talk about this game last week. The Browns with a tie against Pittsburgh football on Sunday, and I don't really know what to think about it.
A tie? I don't know what game you watched, Dave, but look at the stats. The Browns forced 6 turnovers. There's no way you don't win that game.
I don't know what to tell you, pal. The Browns just couldn't get it done in the end there.
You're wrong again, sir. We intercepted that brawny fella right at the end and took it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Pal, there was a penalty on that play that pushed us back, and then T.J. Watt blocked the winning field goal.
Oh, my Lord. I'm not sure what you're trying to say here. You're making no sense. You know, I roamed the sidelines with Blanton Collier. I spent a long time with him, and he told me, pal, if you're able to get more than 4 interceptions in a game, you cannot lose. It's impossible in the National Football League. It's impossible to lose with these numbers. Did you not watch the game? Did you tune out before the end? I got all the way to the end of the first overtime, and I was waiting for the second one, but I had to take Sheila to a dance recital, so I missed it, but I know for a fact the Browns won at the end of that game.
Pal, there's no second overtime anymore. They eliminated that years ago.
I don't even know what you're trying to say. Are you telling me, Pal Allen, that I don't understand how the game of football works?
Well, I think you
Otto Graham was the best man at my wedding. Are you trying to tell me my late, lovely deceased wife, my first wedding, he was there. They were all there, okay? Marion Motley used to barbecue, and I would bring my first 3 kids over. Are you telling me I don't know football?
Pal, I'm not telling you that. I'm just telling you they've changed the rules. They won't just keep
I have
going.
been writing about the Browns since the National Football League. They joined the National Football League. It's been decades, and I don't know why, but you get me fired up. I haven't felt this way since life. Although I gotta say, my arm is getting very stiff, but that's weird. The point I'm trying to say is the Browns had the game won, and as far as I am concerned, it did win. I don't have access. My arm is getting, it's just very stiff. Connie, are you making toast?
Pal, are you okay?
Dave, I'm fine. I am just getting excited. After the first bypass, I got to take it easy, and I'm getting fired up when you tell me I don't know football. But I'm going to call, just as a precaution, I'm going to call 911.
Oh, geez, are you going to be okay, pal?
I'm fine. I got my daughter is out working, if that's what you call it. I have a phone. Connie, stop using the toaster. But I got the grandkids are making toast, so.
Okay, pal. Well, it looks like you're going to need to take care of some things. Let's see what the paramedics have to say about all this. It looks like I'm on my own for the rest of this episode.
Yes, I'm doing a radio interview, and my arm is very sore. Oh, my granddaughter is making toast. I already scolded her for that. Oh, if that's what you think, then I'll be ready. Okay.
Well, I guess I'm on my own for the rest of this episode, but, we all know that the Browns ended up tying Pittsburgh football this week. No one around Berea is happy about it. And once our inside sources here at the Friday Fumble got a hold of some new information, we expect here that the heat is going to be turned up even higher than it is. Pittsburgh players revealed in interviews after the game that the snap counts on the point-after kicks were the same throughout the whole game, meaning that rushers in overtime, and I know Craig gets mad when we talk the Q's and T's of football, but the rushers in overtime were exactly timed. They knew exactly when the ball was going to be snapped, thus they were ready to block the kick, and they forced the tie. Our sources dug into this a little deeper and found out that a snap count randomizer chart was completed by special teams coordinator Amos Jones, but none other than Team Bad Boy and known scofflaw, Drew Stanton, used that sheet of paper to wrap up a piece of 5 gum that he had been chewing. This source indicates that he had been chewing quite loudly during all the QB meetings. So yet another feather in the cap of this madman who is poisoning things at the Cleveland Browns front offices. So, Drew, we got our eyes on you.
Connie, get the door. It's the ambulance. Fine. I'll get up. Oh, they have lady paramedics now.
All right, it's time for this week's Baker's Dozen. You'll be reminded that these are Baker Mayfield's input on a topic, and we get his top 6 answers because his number is 6. This week we got the top 6 reasons that Old Orleans is better than New Orleans. Old Orleans, number 6. Old Orleans founded in the year 451, over 1,200 years before New Orleans. Number 5, at a population of 114,000, it makes Old Orleans much more comfortable to live in than the 390,000 that make New Orleans too crowded. The Orleans-Lorraine basketball team, far superior to the New Orleans Pelicans. Number 3, Joan of Arc is a much better city hero than Benjamin Button. Number 2, Semaine Musicale Internationale d'Orléans is a better festival than the Essence Festival. And at number 1, they don't eat crawfish in Old Orleans, and crawfish are terrible.
Well, my arm was hurting, and Connie was making toast. I told her not to, but I still smelled it. She swore she turned it off, and I was on the radio. You know, you're very competent for a female paramedic. I'm very impressed. Your parents did a good job raising you. Oh, we have to go. Okay. All right. Connie, watch your brother. Your mother will be home later tonight. And your uncle is supposed to come over. If he's pie-eyed, don't let him in. And I'll see you in the morning.
All right, I'm going to take a look at the New Orleans roster here. Got a couple of key players that you're used to. You know, you got Drew Brees, who's been in the league many, many years down there. But mainly, you've got wide receiver and Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee Lewis. Left guard, popular mulch, Andrus Sweet Pete. His backup, something your VW mechanic said you needed, a German bushrod. At right tackle, Ryan Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ramsick. Former NFL tight end, Benjamin Watson. And he's backed up by Superbad star Josh Hill. The other wide receiver, father of Ted Ginn III, probably, Ted Ginn Jr. And his backup, Mr. Cavalier himself, Austin Carr. Flipping over to the defense, we got a pair of nose tackles, one named Tyler, one named Taylor. At defensive end, former NFL tight end, Cameron Jordan. Defensive tackle, the thing you check every Tuesday during the regular season, the Sheldon Power Rankins. Video game legend, Demario Brothers Davis. Middle linebacker, Mantis Toboggan. Free safety, Chris Banjo, which is also an instrument. Cornerback Ken the Crawdad Crawley. And finally, father of Carl's Jr., Justin Hardy.
Do you, let me ask you, you're a female paramedic, do you know who Marion Motley was? He's a good friend of mine.
Okay, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me pretty soon, but I'm not going to get away without giving you a prediction. I know if you guys don't recall, and Dylan's not here to take credit for this, but if you recall from last week's episode, Mr. Dylan Price predicted too close to call. Last week was his prediction. Guess what happened, guys? It was too close for anyone to call. The game ended in a tie. So Dylan, unlike the Browns, is at 1-0 this year on his predictions. And I'm going to go ahead and say that he feels this week is also too close to call, and last week just reinforced his feelings that this week will be too close to call. So Dylan's coming in at too close to call. But for me, no amount of jazz music is going to keep the New Orleans Saints happy after this Sunday. Put away your Tabasco sauce because the Browns are going to be the one bringing the heat. Get ready to throw your beads because the Browns are going to go wild in the Superdome. Browns win a barn burner. 38-21. Thanks for listening, everybody. Big thanks to Chris Clem, and let's wish Dylan a bit of luck this week. You can follow us on Twitter at Friday Fumble for the best Browns info. And as always, my name is Dave, and there was no one else here. This has been your Browns Friday Fumble.